watching shallow dreams. Night is rocking her to sleep. Wind whispers in the trees. Hidden secrets are hard to keep. Sunset in golden fields. Goddess warrior and a queen. Lost the battle and her dream. Hidden secrets are hard to keep. She's still waiting, holding on through the night. She's still waiting, wishing time could make it right. She is waiting, dawn is bringing morning light. She's waiting to end this fight. Dark blue ocean in the sea. Waves are rocking empty sleep. He can still hear her heartbeat. Hidden secrets are hard to keep. He's still waiting, holding on through the night. He's still waiting, wishing time could make it right. He is waiting.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Jasonville, Indiana, home of Shakamak State Park.
Bless you.
Thank you, but I didn't sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Now, Shakamak State Park, by the way, is actually named after the Indians that used to live in this area. The Indians that lived here helped the chief named Tecumseh. If you guys remember from our Prophetstown episode, Tecumseh was this chief that united 12 different tribes of Indians, about 1,500 Indians of different tribes getting together and getting along and living in a village called Prophetstown. And they went to war against the United States. Unfortunately, they lost, but it was really an interesting time in our history. Now, this went on all the way up to 1812. Then in 1927 to 1930, 3 counties in this area contributed the land to create this park. Now, if you guys remember from Whitewater, there was 4 counties there that contributed to the land to create that state park. And that state park had a dam, and this one actually has a dam that we're going to see. It's this one's an earthworks dam, and I have a theory that it was built by 40,000 workers that Roosevelt hired to improve all these parks, and we're even going to get to see one of their barrack areas where they had the whole company of them. It has a mess hall, it has a recreation area, it has different places where they lived, it had a big amphitheater where they met, and everything. Another big thing about this area is this had a lot of coal shafts in this area. A lot of coal mining came through here, and there was actually commercial railroad running through here to get the coal out of this area. There's also 3 lakes here. It's only 1,700 acres, but 600 of those acres are taken up by the 3 lakes. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I think you guys are going to like this thing. Did I cover everything? I think that's everything we were going to do here, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what we got on the conservation court, guys. I think you're going to like that.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a piece I'm going to do later, by the way, guys. It'll be a lot of fun. For now, we're just going to get started, get some footage for you guys, and we'll be right back at you.
And you're going to go fishing.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't even say the fishing part. Okay. I did say in the season opener that I was going to do some fishing, guys. And so I'm going to attempt, newbie here, to do some fishing for you guys. Hopefully that'll work out well and I don't fall into the water. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here before you ask more questions about it. Bye.
Smells fishy to me.
In this section, we're going to talk about the Civilian Conservation Corps, just like I said I was going to do at the beginning. Now, after the start of the economic catastrophe known as the Great Depression, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected president, bringing promises of a New Deal. This was a grand plan to fix the economic problems that caused the Great Depression and that were caused by it. Historians refer to the 3 R's the New Deal sought: relief, recovery, and reform. The Civilian Conservation Corps was among the first of the New Deal programs Roosevelt established upon assuming the presidency in March of 1933. The CCC was designed as a work program for young men from age 18 to 25. The young men signed up for a renewable 6-month term in which they would work on projects mostly related to land management and park conservation. They received a $30 per month stipend, $25 of which was sent home to their families. This $5 per month in the pockets of the CCC men had a positive impact on the local economies. In the town of Fremont near Pokagon State Park, for example, some locals once complained about the presence of the CCC men in town on weekends. The leader of the CCC camp responded by paying the workers in dollar coins. He then asked one of the local merchants who had issued a complaint a question. Just how full was his cash register with these dollar coins? It was so full he couldn't close it. The CCC men were in town spending their money hand over fist. This helped change the attitude of the locals about the presence of the CCC. Now, with the help of the Conservation Corps, the first lake of Shakamak Park was created by stopping up of a 5-foot sewer, and additional lakes were added in the following years, about 30 years. In the case of Lake Kickapoo, it's the oldest one. There were no lakes in the area prior to the time, and this was purposely stocked with bass by Richard Lever in May 1930, and you know I've talked about him before. Now, this was what started the park's fame for fishing in July 1932, and after sufficient time had passed for the original base to reproduce enough to populate the lake. Further development of the park also occurred with the help of the Civilian Conservation Corps, as I said earlier. The company was Company 522, and it was located in the park from 1933 to 1942. The nice thing about this is they created a full barracks setup. They had a mess hall, they had barracks, they had a recreation room, they had a craft room, and they had many residences for the men that worked with them. There you go, a little bit of history about the Conservation Corps as it refers to the Shakamak State Park. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, look what we have here. Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Turkey Run. What we have here is this is a cabin, a log cabin that was made with tulip wood, wooden shingles, stone foundation, just like the Lever cabin in Turkey Run. I didn't expect to see this. It's like out in the middle of nowhere over here. But it's a great view. Got a view of like the river right on this side. But yeah, if all of you remember when we were at Turkey Run, we ran into a cabin that looked very surprisingly similar to this, and that was the Lever from Joseph Lever, who helped found a lot of these Indiana parks that we're in.
You know, the sad thing is, though, guys, we tried to find some historical significance, who put it here, why it's here, when it was built. We were pretty sure it's around the time that Lever's cabin was built. And just in case you guys, give you guys...
I mean, I'm not an expert, but yeah. I would take a guess that it was made roughly around the same time.
Yeah, just for a review for you guys. So, Lever, one of the people who really felt strongly about Turkey Run, he basically had a cabin very similar to this, a little bit smaller, that he actually had, that was built somewhere else, that he actually brought all the way to Turkey Run, and he used it for an office. And we had found a lot of good information about the tulip wood. And do you remember what? Should we tell them?
Remember.
Yeah.
I just wish we had some idea, some information about this one. Unfortunately, folks, we have no idea about this cabin. Yeah, it's constructed exactly the same.
Yeah, and so the interesting thing too, guys, if we were looking at it, and if you take a look at it, it looks like it's almost leaning. So I'm actually wondering if the reason is they're not letting people in there because it's actually not safe. Because if you guys look at the straw, I'm going to try and give you a straight look at the roof. If you take a look, it kind of leans down, and then when you come down here to like the little thing, it looks like some sand and stuff actually got washed out. You see, guys, this is why it's so important for help come out to the parks, and I'll tell you why. Because the reason why we help these people, just like the young men and women of the Conservation Corps back in the day, they kept all these buildings and made sure they stayed for long periods of time, and that's why it's still here. I would definitely recommend, and I've said this in our previous video, if you guys can get out and enjoy the parks, get out and enjoy the parks, because I'll tell you what, man, I think if me and Mike would actually agree that, you know, that's what's going to preserve our parks, don't you think, Mike?
I do. And in closing, I just want to let you guys know that I'm a big fan of old buildings and stuff. If you guys have watched our previous videos, every building, every place we've been to that had historical buildings, a lot of them were on the National Society of Historical Buildings. And you could actually look a lot of these buildings up. Unfortunately, without no information on this, we don't know. But at least this is kind of showing me that it's pretty similar all around Indiana, because now we're way further south than we were at Turkey Run. And yet here's the same type of constructed cabin that we saw over that way.
Yeah, guys, we're actually below Indianapolis again.
Anyway, hopefully this was a little informative and some nice, cool information for you guys. See you guys in the next section.
Hey, Mike, I think we found the shaft. At least one of them.
We have.
Hey, everyone. So if you remember from Turkey Run, we did a piece on a mine there. And that one was interesting. That one actually was fenced off, and they were still using it for bats, for habitat. Over here, there was two actually over here that started in 1910. 1910, there was the Black Hawk mine, which was 229 feet deep. And then there was also the Golden Knob. Yeah, Golden Knob one had 203. And in 1910, they actually had 156 people working here through the mine. So there was one here and there's one over there. And believe it or not, but these mines only ran for 3 years. They shut down in 1913. And so over time, they said they just let it collapse and filled it in to keep people out. I guess when you think about these mines, they're so low anyway, and this wasn't a shored up mine. There was nothing in the history that we read about a shored up mine, where the one at Turkey Run, that was shored up. So you still had to stay low to the ground to keep the supports up. And here, they didn't do that. And when I look on the inside, it looks like they actually might have poured concrete to go into the mine. So
well, then another thing I noticed too is they did a lot of belly mining in here, where you had to literally crawl into the vein, and you'd always have to worry about collapses. They'd have to worry about coal gas, And I think a whole lot of the people died from the black lung disease from inhaling all the coal dust.
Well, the only thing about that, it'd be nice if we could find out. Maybe there's a historian out there who knows a little bit more about the actual deaths.
And the only other thing of note here, guys, is they actually had a full-blown grade railroad through here to get some of this mine out of here because there were 2 mines.
Yeah, and as we go through this trail that we're trying to film for you there was actually railroad beds that went through there.
Yeah, we can see if we can get a bit of a picture of 1 or 2 of them. Maybe we might find one with the tie still attached. Yeah. And we'll try and get a picture of those for you. Yeah. But yeah, this is actually a little more interesting than the one we did at Turkey Run, I think.
And so, since just like we're not professionals, and we only could go with the history that we see. So if you're a little bit more familiar with this area and you know what the fatality rates were here, that would be an interesting piece that we can actually follow up on one day. Maybe do a conservation piece on, because I know a lot of people are trying to get rid of coal now and trying to go to solar and wind. So, hey, if you guys got any ideas or comments, or you have a little more information or history on what happened here, I'd really appreciate it if you do give us some comments and let us know. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time we get some more footage for you. See you in a bit.
Hey guys, if you've been around a little bit with me and Mike, you know we have a problem with park polluters. So when we got to this campsite today, this fire ring was completely loaded with garbage. They used it for like a garbage can. There was greasy crap in there. There was garbage bags. There was like napkins. There was water bottles. There was aluminum cans. Now let me show you something. So Mike's going to pan around our campsite here, and it's actually a nice one this time, actually. So Mike, how many times have we talked about this?
A lot of times.
And it's very simple, guys. And there's signs everywhere that say, hey, whatever you bring in, bring out. There's not always going to be a receptacle. When there is, you dump it. Now, you want to see where the receptacle is for this? Come in. You see that, Mike?
Yep.
So, you see, guys, it's maybe 300-400 feet.
See if I can zoom in.
And so, as you see, guys...
Yeah, look at that, see?
Yeah. So, whoever was at this campsite, all they had to do was walk a few hundred yards, and they could have dumped it. And you know what the funny thing is? We cleaned up the campsite for them, guys. And we hauled the stuff to the garbage can. And you know what? We walked to the garbage can. It took us 5 minutes. So whoever you are, we're going to find you one of these days and we're going to report you. This park is for everyone. It's not your dumping ground. Actually, yesterday too, same thing. At Whitewater Memorial.
And then we were on the trail, we found water bottles and a juice bottle out there.
Guys, it doesn't take a lot of effort. Don't be lazy. Take care of the environment. And take out your trash. Okay? Everyone has to use these parks. Thank you.
Hey guys. Well, I think we found the dam. But you know, in all the traveling around this particular park, we didn't expect to find a dam like this. This is actually like an earthenworks dam. Got the machinery over there, the lake's over there, and then it turns into a creek over here. I mean, look at that. See, so not all of them have to be big mechanical concrete jobs, but it's doing the job that it was here for. I'll say again, this is where a lot of these parks are being created for recreation and fishing and wildlife. This is like the third or fourth park we've been at that we've seen dams of some
Let's see.
sort.
There was Potato Creek.
Yeah, Potato Creek.
There was.
That we just came from Whitewater, and that had it. Then there was.
Was it Lake Summit had one?
Summit had one.
Yeah.
So that's like in all the parks we've been in, we found 4 that have dams, and that they've created the parks based on dams. You know, damming up a lake, creating artificial lakes.
I mean, it would be a good way if people actually would get out and enjoy all these marvels. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this had a lot to do with the Conservation Corps, which, by the way, guys, we're going to talk a whole lot about later on.
Yeah, we are.
But, I mean, this could be one of their projects as well. I mean, I don't know. This is pretty cool.
Earthenworks dam that I've seen.
Yeah, and we're like walking actually over top of it, and it's just like a bridge kind of buried in like grass.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But there you go, guys. Another thing that connects to a lot of the stuff we've been doing around here. See you guys later.
We finished Trail 5, and that's where the dam was. Now, if you guys remember, last time I wanted to go boating on the kayaks, and Mike wanted to go fishing last time. But he promised you he was going to go fishing. So guess what? We're going to go see if he can get some fish. And you know what? If he catches a minnow, we got a surprise for you. So stick with us, and we'll see if Mike can catch something. See you in a minute. What you doing?
Well, I finally figured out how to put the hook on, the bobber on, the bait on, and now I tossed it in there. Let's see if I get anything. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, guys, check it out. He's fishing.
Not yet. I haven't caught nothing.
Well, you are technically fishing. You're sitting here kind of trying to catch a fish.
Good point.
We'll see, guys, if you get something.
One hour later.
Well, I tried, guys. Didn't catch a thing. But it might be because I'm just such a pure novice at this sort of stuff.
Or it might be because it's like 80 degrees outside.
Well, yeah, maybe I'm using the wrong bait. Maybe the hook's not deep enough. Maybe I'm not doing it right. It could be any number of things, but I will promise you this. If I catch something in the next couple of shots, once I catch a fish, I promise I will sing the Gilligan's Island theme. How about that for everyone?
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I hear you got good singing chops anyway.
I don't know about that, but thanks for the confidence. Anyway, guys, enough fishing for now. This is Mike at Shakamak.
Bless you.
Signing off.
Well, hello, everyone. And if you made it this far, that means you made it through another episode with us. And thank you. We appreciate it. So, again, this is a second part of a 2 camp trip we did, where we got rained on again. But, like I said last time, we took a whole bunch of lemonades and turned it into lemonade for you guys.
Lemons, not lemonade. Lemonade twice?
How
How much lemonade are we going to make?
We took a bunch of lemons
Okay.
and turned them into lemonade. Lemonade.
Better.
And it's damn good lemonade, by the way. So, here we are at Shakamak.
Bless you.
Thank you. If I didn't sneeze, touche. We actually were able to find some things here that we really were surprised to find. The first thing we did when we were doing a little tour around the park to see what we were going to do, we found the conservation company, wow, the Conservation Corps campground.
Use your words. Use your words.
Yes. I don't talk much, guys, as you can tell. And it was really cool. So then the buildings were open, so we were actually able to go into those buildings. And Mike alluded to the fact that they had a mess hall, they had a craft center, they had an athletic center, they had I think we counted 10, 15 cabins, and we were able to get some shots of those cabins. We'll put a couple of them in there for you. Each one of those cabins could hold up to 12 people. So that's a lot of people. So that was something we weren't expecting at all. We didn't know that the mines were here, so we found the shaft mines for you guys, which was the Golden Nugget one and the Blackhawk mine, which is really cool. It's a shame that the shafts were caved in. It would have been cool if we could have gone in there, because it was a little different than from the one that we did at Turkey Run. Because at Turkey Run, it was actually closed in, and they actually had it so that bats can go in and stuff like that. Well, this was a little different. This was a shaft mine, and it was cool. It was actually enforced with concrete, but I think we tried to get a shot for you guys. I don't remember. But you see, it's all caved in there, which is a shame. But that was really cool. So from 1912 to 1913, they were mining freaking ore here. And it had to be a narrow gauge train. That's what me and Mike are assuming. But you can see the remainders of where the train beds were. So that was cool. And at that time, they were employing 156 miners going into these little tiny mines that weren't being shored up like the mines over at Turkey Run. So that was quite interesting. Mike got a chance to go fishing today. We wanted to try and get some fish, but I think we got out a little bit too late because the weather was just not cooperating. And so the fish were like, hey, we're going to stay underneath the water where it's nice and cool. Because it started raining really bad this morning, guys. Then it got way hot. And then the humidity just went through the roof. So we did what we could. And then we checked out the earthwork mine, which Mike mentioned in the introduction, which is really cool because...
Mine? You mean dam?
Damn, yeah, damn.
Damn that dam.
Damn. Yeah, damn, guys, damn. See, I'm tired. We've done two trips in a row for you guys, so I'm a little tired, so don't mind me. But yeah, so we actually found an earthenwork dam, which is a little different than the earthenwork dam that we saw at Whitewater Memorial, which you could tell was man-made with concrete and stuff. And, so they do the concrete. So for this one, they buried it underneath all this earth, and you can't tell until you're standing on top of it. So that was cool. But I hope you guys enjoy the next 2 episodes that we've done. This is something a little different. We hit 2 in a row for you guys. I'm going to try and get these out a week after each so that you guys can enjoy them. And hopefully it won't be too long for the next 2. Like I said before, thank you so much for spending a little time out of your day or night or whatever day it is with us on our little journeys, learning things as we go. And we did mention if there's some facts, especially if you guys know what the fatalities were of the coal miners, or if if it was actually a narrow gauge railroad, that would be cool because then we can put that in maybe a further episode or a follow-up. But anyways, I'm going to say what I always say. I'll see you on the next Campground of America, and also never stop exploring. Have a great one, guys. We'll see you next episode.
Moon is watching shallow dreams. Night is rocking her to sleep. Wind whispers in the trees. Hidden secrets are hard to keep. Sunset in golden fields. Goddess warrior and a queen. Lost the battle and her dream. Hidden secrets are hard to keep. She's still waiting, holding on through the night. She's still waiting, wishing time could make it right. She is waiting, dawn is bringing